We have major food supply disruptions across the United States, particularly in the southeast of the U.S. We got lots of reports coming in from you guys all over the place about what's going on. We have total sections that are now empty shelves. Yet, food production facilities are also shutting down. What's up with that? We have reports from you guys from stores, distribution centers, and food processing plants. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your reports that you're sending in from all over the U.S. as well as around the world. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They do a fantastic job helping people who have retirement accounts get their stuff out of stocks and bonds over into physical metals like gold, silver, and platinum. If you want to find out more about how to do that, there'll be a link at the end of the video. A few videos ago, I spoke of the best medical handbook out there to have a paper copy of something that you can actually flip through, look at pictures, see how to do basic medical procedures, how to diagnose things. I misspoke and I said a wrong version of one of the words. I won't say it again because I don't want to lead you guys astray, but it is Where There Is No Doctor, a Village Health Care Handbook. It is the most widely used health care manual in the world. Okay, this is, it's big. They update it every year or every couple years. It's been updated regularly for the past 50 years. It's been in use. It's called Where There Is No Doctor. There'll be a link down in the pinned comment down below. But if you don't have this book, you really do need to have it. If you're looking at a grid down situation or any type of situation where you may not have access to health facilities, this is the book that you need to absolutely have. There's plenty of other good books out there. This is the book they use in third world countries, okay? If you don't have a doctor or if you don't have a medical training and you have to deal with a health crisis, this is the book you want to have in your hands. It's been updated and adapted and just made more useful for 50 years amongst people who don't necessarily have education, but they can follow along pictures and also kind of knowing about diagnosis and stuff like that. So down in the pinned comment down below. Again, that's where there is no doctor. All right, sorry about that error. Bruce says, I went to a Food Lion mid-morning to get my end of the month preps. I'm in upstate South Carolina. They had no eggs of any kind. Beef was very limited. I asked the man putting out some ground beef, where's the beef? He told me they were not getting shipments from the warehouse. Also, bleach was really expensive. Remember to rotate that bleach because it does break down. But beef in South Carolina, big problems. Rob says, here in North Carolina, my wife is from and her family is currently residing in Donegal Champion area. We recently went to Walmart today, not our favorite place for many reasons, but was shocked today to find the chicken case completely empty, along with many other empty spots around the store. That's North Carolina. So chicken and beef in the Carolinas having issues. We're seeing big disruptions out there. Regretta says, Aldi in Kingston, Pennsylvania. This was around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Low on eggs, butter, 2 empty freezers. The aisle where all the home stuff was empty. Milk was low. However, corned beef hash is back, Aldi brand. And that makes me happy because the Walmart corned beef hash is not very tasty. I don't know what it is about the Walmart brand corned beef hash. It's subpar. That's my opinion on the matter. But so I'm excited that Aldi has finally got their corned beef hash back on the shelf. Now, when Aldi has something come off the shelf for a while and then it finally comes back, a lot of times that means that they found a new distributor or they got a new supplier. So it may actually be what the Great Value brand corned beef hash is. So we'll have to see about that. You get some of that with eggs and then breakfast for a morning. Oh, good stuff. A viewer says, excuse me, The European Central Bank is taking an unprecedented move, has asked associated banks in Europe to monitor social media. Banks monitoring social media for any early signs pointing to imminent bank runs. What does this tell us about European banks' liquidity? Do they have enough cash on hand? Why would they be asking these questions unless they didn't have enough cash on hand? Please make sure that you have enough cash on hand. We're not responsible for the banks. We're responsible for our families, right? So, grandson says, Clark County, Washington, Public, which is a nonprofit utility, is going to increase electric rates 14.5% starting March 1st. Part of the driving force behind this is Washington state laws requiring more use of non-hydro-based renewable resources. So wind, solar, that type of thing, that don't work well enough. We are right next to the Columbia River and multiple hydro stations, but apparently we can't use them. For the fishes, folks, for the fishes. Got to protect the little fishes from the turbines. And they also do have to discharge enough water. They have all these rules. It's ridiculous. California, Washington, Oregon. Also, less use of natural gas plants as well. They've just cracked down on the export of natural gas from Texas in response to Texas thumbing its nose at the Biden administration. Once again, you get what you vote for, or if you don't bother to vote, bites everyone, including the poor that the Dems say they care about in the wallet. And it's not Democrats. It's a portion of the Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Now, far too often they may go along with the ride for these guys, but it's the Greenpeace, it's this death cult, right? They think people are the problem on the planet. They think people are absolutely the problem, and the less people we have, the better. And they think that everything that humans do, if humans do it, then it must be bad. I mean, humans aren't allowed to eat meat, but animals are. Where's that make sense, right? I mean, aren't we animals too? No, apparently not. A viewer says, Aldi's is out of all its Aldi's and Winking Owl wine. Lots of empty shelves there too. By the way, this is in Peoria, Illinois. Few canned peaches, no sauerkraut, milk was low, and that's in Washington, Illinois, near Peoria. Lori says, Portland, Oregon, Costco, huge area with no eggs. It's a big sign in the refrigerated part of the store. Completely empty. Haunt says, Bogota, Colombia, mountain jungle recently caught fire. Over the last few days, the fires have increased. Not spread, increased. More fires. It's not like the fires are getting bigger. It's that there are new fires that keep coming up. Now, 4 or 5 mountains are on fire, and their land, jungle, and more is on fire. Apartments and such. Local fire investigators suggest it was arson. Locals who do not like the installed criminal cartel that was installed suspect the government started the fires. Reminds me of the Canadian fires, U.S. fires. Strangely enough, the last 2 weeks have been very hot in what is usually a cool location at 8,500 feet above sea level. More suspicious fires. It's that time of year, I guess. We haven't seen what's happening down in Australia just yet, but there were really nasty fires last year, and I believe the year before that as well. Jackie says, Western New York, Walmart, no 48 count, great value AA batteries. So maybe some battery issues out there. Anyone else seeing issues with AA batteries? Let us know down in the comments down below. If you have an update, please just reply to any one of the videos on this channel. Use the word update in there somewhere and give us some sort of geographical location. But if you're seeing issues with Great value AA batteries or just AA batteries in general? Let us know. No great value cornstarch for a couple of weeks now as well. That's New York as well, Western New York. User shares our local Dollar General in Oregon, no milk products, and oddly, 2 stores have no Ajax or Comet cleaner. There are other ways to clean, just thought it was odd. Thanks for sharing. A viewer at a Walmart in central Louisiana. Walmart milk had been hit hard, 3 empty shelves on the upper part. Yoop in Iron Mountain, Michigan says at Walmart, no frozen pizza in the freezers. None. All gone. We've been seeing a lot of issues with frozen pizzas for some reason. Frozen pizzas have been this year as bad as we saw the prior year. We had frozen potatoes having issues, but not sure exactly why. But they say here in Iron Mountain, Michigan, must be a shipping issue at this point because other local stores are well stocked and have pizzas. Lots of holes in the supply of boxed and canned products all over the stores. Egg shipments are sporadic, aisles getting wider, duplicate products stocked in 3 or 4 places to fill space. I think the people are waking up en masse. Enough of them, people are buying extra that is beginning to show. Panic buying and rationing are weeks away for sure. It might be time to bring the tomato plants in. I'm going to throw a separate, different theory out there. I think that Walmart has squeezed their suppliers so tightly, demanding them to produce at much lower prices. There have been a lot of reports out there that people producing or companies producing for the Great Value brand have been losing money on their contracts. What I think might be happening is I think we may be seeing more and more of these companies stepping away from those contracts and saying, I don't care what the contract says, we're not going to produce it at that rate. See ya. And we've seen that we had a hiccup with pasta a couple weeks ago. And I think that was because their supplier backed out of the contract there. And I think they were able to either get the contract re-signed at a different rate or they were able to get a different company to fill on that contract. But I think they're getting a rebellion of sorts happening right now. They've pushed the suppliers so far and so hard that I think the suppliers are pushing back now. And that's why I think is causing a lot of the disruptions out there. All right, this is from a person working at a potato processing plant. Rich says, I work for a major potato processor. Let's call it Bam Leston. We typically produce 1 million pounds of finished product per day. Our freezers are full of product that is not moving. So they were producing frozen product, but they can't ship it. Nobody wants it just now. And so their freezers are packed. So this has forced us to shut down production for 2 of the last 4 weeks. This is not sustainable for us to not run and still support 300 plus employees. So sounds like either somebody's not pushing that forward, like some stores out there are not willing to pay for it, or potentially the supply chain is just so messed up that they can't take delivery. There's not, but yet we're hearing that the trucks are, I was just speaking to a truck driver today. I had to get an Uber. He was a truck driver, and he was saying that there just isn't enough truck work going around. So even the trucking companies out there, they don't have enough work for all their employees, so all their drivers. So it sounds like there's plenty of trucks, but for some reason, the stuff is not getting from the processing facilities to the store shelves. And this is causing problems both for the processors, the food manufacturers, and then also at the store level. There's something going wrong in the system there. And we're going to be finding out what that is in the coming weeks. Hopefully it gets sorted out. But that's kind of what's going on. And you are seeing major disruptions because of that. And it doesn't seem to be just the weather. There seems to be something else going on here as well. All right, friends, please keep your reports coming in. We're going to get to the bottom of some of these mysteries out there. Please stay safe and stay stocked up as well. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold Group about what you can do with your retirement plan, there's a link right here. Just click on that and fill out the form, and they'll send you information. If you reach out to them, always make sure you mention this channel. They do waive the setup fee, which is, someone said, was like $500, and so that's a great bargain there to save you a bunch of money on that. If you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.